Hello everyone and welcome back to the Tylee tribe, our Amazon challenge tribe here in the jungles. And yes, we're not in the depth of the jungles just yet, but just wait. We are still very early in our tribe's family tree. Oh my gosh, do we only have 2 jungle trees? We even have a tiny jungle. Oh, we can conquer this jungle, no problem. I mean, sure, the fact we don't have a ton of food, the fact that we don't have a ton of strength, and that this tribe is mostly made up of pregnant females and underage males who will soon have to be chased away may not be in our favor, but we have a very strong leader with Saphira, who is currently keeping an eye on this medical plant and has commanded that Roku, one of her younger brothers, who is considered kind of like a bit of a grunt slave who does a whole bunch of the work around here, since he's a bit inept at taking care of himself. He destroyed a berry bush of all things. The unforgivable sin. But we are going to be sending him out searching for a medicine plant for Saphira, who is our current leader, the queen leader of the Amazon tribe, to be able to eat and hopefully use to survive a little bit longer so that she can really whip this tribe into shape. Both of her parents have just passed away. Our leader Tylee and her mate, let's see, I forgot his name. I feel so bad. Crintho, there we go. Oh my gosh, and look at all these children. How ironic is this that we are having an Amazon tribe, and once again we ended up with the majority being boys. So far we're having more boys born than girls, which means that we are having to release a lot of the creatures, such as Taro here, who happens to be actually Saphira's brother. And we actually had to attack him because we caught him stealing from our precious berry bush. And Saphira realized that she just cannot allow her brothers to wander and bumble around the place like that, stealing these berries. That's just unacceptable because she happens to be the one in charge of making sure all of the babies and all of the pregnant females are taken care of. So if he wants to wander over here and steal their food, she's got another thing coming for him. And I think that's a very strong leader. It has to be so hard to just like walk up to your own brother and smack him across the face with your claws, or ram him with the ram horns and tell him to get out of here, because he's basically stealing food from the nursery and stealing food from those who need it. He's supposed to go be a strong wandering male and find his own food. So that may be a new lifestyle that our Amazon tribe has. Normally we never attack our own creatures. We never attack those we have kicked out of the tribe. It's very rare that we even attack the wandering rogues who accost our poor females, but I think that Saphira might be laying down the law, or I should say laying down the claw, a little bit more heavily than some of our past niche tribes, so we'll have to see what she does. But alright, and we just had some boys born. Pasha was born last time. Oh my goodness. We do have Ippy at least, so we do have a female in Ippy, but everybody else is coming out as being a whole bunch of baby boys. But we do have 2 babies on the way, and Twilight just showed up, and she showed up with a Dodomingo. So I actually like the idea that she sort of has this relationship with Dodomingos, and she and Dodomingos sort of get along together. Like, they tend to flock to her, and she does fun things with their feathers, like weave them into the fur around the similar colored ram horns that she has. Like, maybe she doesn't even really have ram horns. Maybe she just has like a whole bunch of Dodomingo feathers, and that's what this beautiful headdress is. But I really like Twilight. She was one of the wandering females who showed up last time, and she is now pregnant with one of the former males of our tribe. I can't remember who she mated with, but let's get her into a nest and let's get her having a baby. So hopefully we'll be able to have a beautiful daughter to raise in our Amazon tribe, and Twilight will be able to pass on the lessons of Dodomingo whispering to her daughter. So I hope we have a little girl there. Alright, let's see. Another predator? Seriously? And Tavi has just reached age, so we're gonna have to send Tavi out. Gosh darn it. And Duka is getting close to reaching age. And then we have little Kirvan. All of them need to be Omegas. And Zor just reached age, so we have to chase Zor away too. Zor, should I actually try breeding with you? We may try breeding with Zor in order to steal his beautiful immunity D. And actually, I feel like Saphira really likes the spikes and the spots that Zor has, so I think we will try mating with them, but then we're gonna have to chase him away. We need to start banishing our males much further away than we have been. And little Roku, he has frog feet, so he really can't get himself around to be able to fight. Let's see, should the baby boys fight? I feel like the young ones shouldn't have to fight. I feel like Saphira feels like she should always be defending the tribe. All right, let's see. I think our females are gonna have to leap to it. Miri, let's get Miri over here. She can help out. We'll let Tavi kind of get into a fight. We'll have to say that. Oh, there we go, Dukta. Good job, little Dukta. I'm gonna say that like Tavi and Dukta. Yeah. Oh, look, he's got a big fluffy tail. Maybe we'll mate with him instead. Oh man, they're too closely related. What about Miri? Dang it, we're gonna have some close relations because we'll have to toss some of our concern for immunity genes to the wind. But it is time to actually start chasing away, unfortunately, and we'll have Zor go ahead and lick his brother to help with the bleeding because he's not cruel, but he's gonna have to be chased away as one of the wandering males now too. I'm gonna miss you, Zor. All right, we're gonna have to set Saphira as an alpha. I'm so sorry. I have to banish you. It's nothing personal. It's just that you're that old and it's time for you to move on in life. So sad. All right, we'll have little Pasha scooch over. And little Ippy destroyed that berry bush. Ippy! Ippy! Are you gonna be a little troublemaker as a child? Is that how it's gonna be? I think that's how it's gonna be, guys. Oh my gosh, Ippy. Oh my gosh, I can't believe she just did that. Oh, here, I'm even gonna have her. Oh my gosh. Get out of the nest, Taro! I need that! What the heck? What is right there? Why is there like one tiny drumstick of food right there? What is this? Is that supposed to be half a bunny? Taro, did you leave behind like half a bunny leg? I've never seen this before. What is this nonsense? Did he really leave behind just like half a bunny leg for them to eat? Well, I'm not going to turn it down. Twilight's going to grab that food. And Lanira is going to like jump into the nest. Twilight, can I get you over to the nest in time? Twilight's very slow moving, so we'll just kind of leave her. Well, I'll have Lanira scooch up here so there's a little bit more room. And I think Lanira will clear the grass away too. Normally it would be good to hide our babies inside of the nest, but I feel like these females are annoyed at all of the crowded grass that's around them. So darn, all right. That's very interesting. I wonder if Taro really did leave behind a little bit of food for us. But that just cracked me up that little baby Ippy decided, hey, I'm just going to destroy this precious little, this precious berry bush. It's going to take forever to grow back. And I think that Saphira would just be like, this is why we need a nursery. Maybe Twilight will be in charge of the nursery. We'll have to see. All right, Roku, we're going to have Roku jump over here. One of his jobs, as he visits with his wandering brothers, is actually to look for another medical plant for Saphira to enjoy. Did we have... Wow! Panda pattern, guys! Oh no! Oh no! Doubled up immunity! No! And we have to have a doubled up immunity wandering male? Oh my gosh, Saphira, are you going to make me... What if she makes me get rid of this little guy because he could be a health risk? What happens if you have a doubled up immunity wandering male? Do I really have to be that hardcore that I kick out and do something really terrible to a little baby? Oh my gosh, because I mean, if they are a wandering male and they're just wandering around like Roku's currently doing with his siblings, and then we end up bumping into them and they spread a disease, is it better to take the sick babies and like chuck them in the water? I don't know if I as the niche goddess have the resolve for that. That would be really hard. Oh my goodness. All right, and then Miri's over here. I'm gonna go ahead and let Miri mate with her brother up here so that they can go ahead and have a healthy child. And Saphira, unfortunately, she's really closely related to this brother. So I'm gonna have her just chase him away. Is she closely related to that brother? She just does not like Taro. So Saphira needs to have a child of her own, but I don't really have a mate she could pick. So should I risk it? Dang it, I think I'm gonna have to risk it. Oh, it was an unsuccessful breeding anyway. But it was worth risking it because I can't let Saphira go forever without having a mate. And Taro just stole berries right in front of her. I don't think Saphira is going to take that very well. All right, let's see. And I need to get little Twilight over into the nest to be able to have her baby. We've got 2 wandering males now with Tavi wandering around the place. Let's see. And then we've got Pasha, who's another male, unfortunately. Once he becomes a wanderer, he might have some really good immunity genes for us. In fact, Pasha would be a perfect mate with A and F immunity for Saphira. Hopefully, Saphira will be able to find will be able to find her way to a medical plant soon. Usually if you let these medical plants be in the shadows, they will actually recover, but so far no luck. All right, we'll go ahead and grab some berries over here. Lanira will also keep an eye out for any wandering males, as unfortunately she has indeed had a son, a very sickly little son, so I'm not sure what we're going to do with him. That's going to be hard to decide about. Violet eye boys! Dang it, why are we ending up with so many boys? We have Dukvan and Roro. Oh my gosh. He's got infertility. He's got short-sighted eyes. Look at this genetic mess. He's amazing. Oh my gosh, what are we going to name him, guys? We're going to name him, let's see. The very first name, well, actually, I think I picked from that list before. Let's go with, Casey, which means kindness and balance. So I like the idea that he's actually, let's see, Casey. There we go. There we go. But the person who left that name says the name means kindness and balance. And I like that idea, that he's got a very kind, balanced heart. Should we keep him? He also has hemophilia. Really? Can he do anything? He's actually a very good defender, believe it or not. So he can't really breed. He's short-sighted. He has hemophilia, so he would bleed to death if he got attacked. I think he may be one of the 2 males that we will keep who will be a non-breeder, and he will just be a very kind male. I wonder if he'll inherit his mother Twilight's stories and all of the things that she has to tell him about the world and where she came from and her lost tribe, her fathomless eyes. I mean, just look, they're literally like pits in her face. They're kind of creepy and kind of beautiful if you're going to think of it from that angle. So I think he would just look deep into her non-existent scary eyes and learn all sorts of lore bits and legacies that hopefully he will be able to use in taking care of the nursery. So I think that he might become a nursery leader. He can't see very far, but hopefully the babies will stay nearby. He's got a big body and he's got really good defense, so he can defend the nursery. That will probably be what he does. All right, and I think Saphira knows that we're in a little bit of a pickle here. Let's see, Saphira. Let's see, Kiravan is not a very good mate either for Saphira, and I think she's going, whoa, is that a boy? There's Zor! Zor's over there. Would Zor make a pretty good mate? He would. All right, we're going to go ahead and mate with him. I think that now we have a very happy Saphira, but she is going to have to chase her brother away. So she's going to say her final goodbyes to her brother, and now she has to banish him. Sorry. This is just the way things go. Also, you would make a good mate. Kier, you're short-sighted. So I think I really struggle with short-sighted eyes. They bug me a lot. So I think that the biggest mutation will always be what the current Amazon queen wants, and Saphira really wants to see her tribe become stronger. So we're going to leave Claw there, and then the second one will be what I, as the niche goddess watching over all of them, think is important for our tribe. And in this case, I think normal-sided eyes are pretty important. Well, actually, we have a lot of webbed legs. If I have to pick my poison, it would be having short-sighted eyes over having webbed legs. It's kind of fun not to focus so strictly on the genetics for once and have a different challenge. I really love this idea. Thank you guys for suggesting it. Alright, so we're going to have Mary go ahead and become pregnant once more, and then quietly gather up some nesting material. And we have a little baby Dukvan who's got some awesome fangs. Hopefully he'll be able to defend himself in the wild when he needs. And Ippy is running around. And Ippy, is there a good male running around who might be a good mate for Ippy? There might be in the future, like when Dukta is old enough that he would make a good mate for Ippy, I think. So we might have Ippy scooch over here, and that way when just before Dukta has to leave, I wonder if we should make a rule where I don't know. I mean, she could mate with him before we have to banish him. That could work. All right, we'll gather up some of this food. We need to make sure that we're eating after all. We have so many baby boys to feed. There we go. And then let's see, we'll scooch Twilight over. I might have to have her start wandering around. She would make a good mate with Kier Von Kier. But I'm gonna wait. Ah! And I need to move the babies. I need to move the babies so that they're defended. Dukta, why don't you get down here and you're gonna defend the babies, actually. And then I'll move little... No! Kiroku! Get away from my females! I forgot how he was sick! Oh my gosh! What if Zafira comes back and she finds that we've killed some of her sisters? Maybe she'll demand the nest is destroyed and that Kiroku, oh, he's so beautiful with his fluffy tail and his panda pattern, but he is carrying a little plague. Oh, maybe she'll demand that we get rid of him for good. Alright, Roku, continue searching. Your sister has commanded that you continue searching out for a medical plant for her. I don't smell anything. I smell a berry bush over there. And there's a lot of wandering about. No! How could you have forgotten your name? Kiroku. There we go. That's not exactly how it was spelled, but we messed it up again. Alright, we gotta keep an eye on the baby. Well, there's no creatures around here. Or there's no birds right now, so I think it'll be okay. But I'm really worried about the sickness. Please don't spread. Okay. Alright, oh no! Oh no! It happened! It happened! The sickness spread! Why? No! Kuroku! What should we do? Would we attack him? Oh my gosh, I'm not sure what we're gonna do about that. Okay, one step at a time. Saphira, the healing plant is ready, and maybe she thinks if she eats the healing plant before giving birth, something interesting may happen. Maybe that's something we'll do with our queens from now on. But we also have other sicknesses, but they cannot be cured, unfortunately, with the healing plant. We can only cure the days that we're about to lose because of the sicknesses. So Kiroku, Saphira would probably be very irritated to find that, there we go, and now she's feeling imbued with power, having eaten the healing plant. Very irritated, and she would probably banish Kiroku to the edges. I don't know if she would attack him. I think this one time we'll just banish him, and that's sad enough as it is, but we'll banish him far away, and somebody will have to go and chase him away when the time comes, because he can no longer be of our tribe. Now, Dukta also has to leave now, but he can leave behind a couple handsome babies before he gets chased away. I think that it's like this sad little ceremony. Oh, and here we go. Kirvankir is back, and Miri's gonna have his baby once more. Alright, is this a mole hole? Huh, that is, isn't it? We haven't seen the mole come out in forever. He's like, nope. There's all these creatures making a nursery right above my head, not coming out. Alright, we'll move this baby over here, and Miri will step over to give birth to her child. I think Kiroku is probably going to be summoned back so that he can gather up nuts from this tree at this rate. But he hasn't really had any luck in finding, we'll send him a little further in finding that healing plant his sister wanted. But he gave it a good go. He gave it a really good go. I'm very proud of him. He really tried very hard. Oh, do the grasses no longer disappear for the jungle? What? What? Or was it just on like 2 tiny tiles so I can hardly see? That'll be interesting. Alright. And then we have little Case, and he's adorable. He's going to roll around in the soft grasses here and hopefully not get eaten by anything. And let's see. We'll have Twilight jump down. And she's going to just spread sickness and disease all over the place. Oh my goodness. But we'll have her jump down and she can mate with this guy. And then make a nest. And then we can also have Ippy mate with him. And she can jump into a nest. And we can also have Lanira mate with him. And then I think Ippy, being the one the most in love with him, is unfortunately going to have to chase him away because he is an Omega. And we're going to have to banish him. Goodbye, 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 Dukta. I think Ippy was definitely in love with him, and it was very hard, but she knows the ways of the world, and so she banished the guy that she was really in love with, and I just moved a whole bunch of creatures that have the common cold together, didn't I? Oh my gosh, I wonder if little Kiroku is going to be the death of our tribe because I wasn't paying attention. I'm just so flustered with all these new things to pay attention to. Alright, Kais, stay safe in the nursery. He's just rolling around in the soft little grasses there. And I wonder if Saphira, I wonder if we actually need to make some sort of specialty where anybody can release the males, or maybe only Saphira can, but they can't do anything, so they cost us food the longer we keep them around. Is Saphira the only one who can banish them? Or I think it could be Saphira or maybe like 2 of her warriors that she creates, but she doesn't have any warriors yet. Just a bunch of hungry sisters. Ah! Disease everywhere! Ah! Illness and disease everywhere! And a beautiful baby girl! Holy moly! Okay, what to do? I think Saphira is going to be very, very concerned about all of this, but wow! Look at this little one! What are we gonna name her, guys? I need to pull up a really cool name. Let's see. Oh, now that's an interesting name. Saffron. Saffron is the first name that I saw. And I really like that name, actually, because there's a lot of things about this little one that I think Saphira would think are very, very, very attractive. And we just mutated something new in? We just mutated yellow eyes? Oh, we just mutated yellow eyes! Look at this little guy! Oh my gosh, he's got a big fluffy tail! Oh, this is so cool! Miri, you have the best children with Kirvankir, and I always wanted Miri to have a chance to go and explore like some ruins in the water, but she just keeps churning out these awesome kids. So what are we gonna name this son of hers? Let's see. Eriri. Let's see how I would pronounce this. Ear is Ear. That's going to be a bit of a mouthful for me, but I think that's a really good name for him. So we have that little guy, and then we have little New Duke. I actually like that guy's name being New Duke, and he is also awesome. He has got spiky tail, he's got big body, he's got a really attractive traits and a lot of high fertility, so I like him. I don't like the common cold that we have zipping through our creatures, and I think Saphira would zip in here with like absolutely intense demands that everyone who is sick kind of gets it together and scooches a little bit out of the way. And I think Ippy would just be excited to have a chance to run off and have another child with this male. And Lanira would understand that she needs to get out of the way. And we'll have to wait. I guess there's another nest way over there. So Lanira, we're going to move Lanira towards the nest that we know is over here that Kuroku has discovered. And so he can help out carefully, so hopefully he won't get sick too. And everybody who's sick, like Twilight as well, she would have an amazing baby if I can get her down to Dukta again. So everybody who's sick has to get out of the way is what has been commanded. And then Pasha has to be banished, unfortunately, because he has come of age. So I can't do anything with him. I really do feel, in Kai's, I'm going to go ahead and give him the markings of non-breather. And I'm going to give him like the red, green, red, and I'm gonna say I don't think he could be one of the warriors though. I think because it's the Amazon tribe, it has to be one of the females. So Alpha, and then I've got to give Pasha the Omega sign, and it would be best if I could get them really far away. Oh, are you too young? He's too young to perform a banishment, so all I can do is try to rescue this berry. And then I guess I'm just gonna have to leave Pasha here, and once they become adults, I think maybe it's only fair that I don't ever move them. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I have to figure out who can do the banishing. I think right now only the queen can do the banishing, and when we can get to the point where we can banish with like her warrior sisters, then we can take them off into a far corner before they become adults and then banish them, or when they become adults the same turn. That seems fair. Alright, and then we have this little sickly one who has been abandoned by the queen, very, very tragically and very sadly, but it has happened because he is a risk to the tribe. We'll keep an eye on little Saffron with Miri here, who seems to be consorting quite a bit with Kirvankir. And then let's see, we'll gather up those with Dukvan. Gosh, and then I can't do anything with Pasha because he has turned into an adult, and unless we want to keep him. But I really want to keep Kai's, and we already have Kuroku, and I feel like Kuroku's been very loyal to the family. Alright. Ah! Sickness everywhere! Ah! Kuroku, why? You don't have very good luck, Kuroku. I'm just gonna lay that out there. But do your best to defend your sister. Oh, he did it! Good job, Kuroku! Wow! That's actually a lot of food right over there, too. So maybe we'll be able to do something with all of that. Alright, so let's see what we can do over here now. So now we're gonna get little New Duke out of here. We'll send him kind of down this way. We'll probably start forming the nursery sort of like right over in this side. I think that would make a good nursery. So we'll send this little baby over there. We'll let Miri enjoy a couple of berries and then step into the nest because she and Kiravanku have very good children. And then let's see, Kuroku, if I could, I would have him destroy some berry bushes to show his frustration with being banished like this. And then Ippy needs to have another child, but she's not safe to take near the children. So she'll frantically be trying to gather up nesting material to be able to give birth. I'm going to move Twilight over here and get her pregnant again. Dang it, it didn't take. All right, and then Kai's, we'll have him go ahead and gather up some berries. And let's see, Pasha. Pasha is actually a perfect possible mate for the queen. So I'm going to move Pasha. How far can I send him? I'm going to move him over here. And then we're going to mate with him, but then we must banish him. There we go. And then Dukta is eating my berries. I'm gonna have to really figure out how to perfect this banishment. That's gonna be like Saphira's legacy, is figuring out how to perfect the banishment of the males. I think when they become teenagers, it's actually super important for us to like pick them up and move them really far away. And how did we get such little food? Saphira, red alert, red alert. We need to like gather up all of the food. The brothers are eating it, and that's like unforgivable. And then some of the sisters won't stop like having babies. Like Twilight still wants to have babies, and Ippy is still madly in love with him and wants to have all of his babies, and this is not good. All right, and Ippy is still sick, so she wants to come in and use the nest, but she can't. Eri needs to start moving. Duke, see, like I know they have. Dukvan is 5 days old. He's about to become an adult. So I feel like we need to get a warrior female that we could have, like a couple of warrior females who could escort the males elsewhere. Or maybe we could even have like a Kuroku do it because he's, but it doesn't feel right to give him like the abilities of an alpha. So we'll have to think about that. I think we need more ranks. We need some warrior females who could help us out by chasing away the males who are wandering too close. And then Lanira has given birth to a son, unfortunately. Rataku. So he also is not going to be able to contribute very much to the tribe. Poor little guy. He does have really interesting yellow eyes, though. And then let's see. Dukvan can at least gather up those berries before we have to make him leave. We have another really awesome short-sighted panda. So we're ending up with a lot of cool kids, just not the ones that we really need. Let's see. And Miri can go ahead and become pregnant once more. Unfortunately, she didn't end up having the kind of child that would have really made her sister happy. And Kuroku is of age. So how am I going to chase him away? I feel like Saphira would be very annoyed about all this illness going on in the tribe. Let's see. So we're going to have her come up here. We're going to have little Kirduke hang out with Kai's, who's going to be watching over the nursery. Little new Duke. He's just a young teenager. So are there... like, there's no berries for him to be able to collect because all of the males have been wandering around and eating all our berries. So I'm going to have to figure out what to do with our teenagers. I think... once they become adults, then I'll start moving them away. However many turns away my warrior females can go and still be able to banish them is however far away the males can go before I banish them, if that makes sense. Because I want to try to get them as far away from my tribe as possible before banishing them, and I cannot use their adult turns to collect any resources anymore or do anything like that. But if I don't get them super far away, all right, let's give you the Omega rank, then they're going to come back and eat all my food. But if I can escort them pretty far away from the tribe and then banish them, get away from my food! Theoretically, they shouldn't have eaten my food, and now Saphira is going to get sick, you plague-carrying child, you! Why? I think Ippy is going to be worried about her sister. I don't want to have to kill you, Kuroku. You're really cool. But I think Ippy is scared for her sister too. Alright, we're going to put her over here. And Ippy's going to destroy this berry bush out of desperation of not letting the plague child get closer to her. No, Miri! Now Miri's going to get sick too. Jeez. So much illness. No, Miri! No, a baby boy, why? No, it's not fair. There's so many boys. Why am I cursed with so many males? There's just male after male after male, and Twilight's becoming old and needs to get over here and be able to have her baby in a nest, and there's just so much happening. Alright, guys. We're just gonna have Kais gather up some food, because that's what he can do. And we'll have little Kudu come over and gather up some food. And Twilight needs to get over to a nest. So we'll bring her down. She's only had one child so far. There we go. Oh, get out of my way, you guys. Everybody's getting in my way. Seriously. I need to keep moving to these nests, and you two are just like right in the way. Get away from Twilight. She just got over her cold that you gave her. Alright, I'm gonna have Twilight run this way. See, we shouldn't be running. There should be no running involved in running an Amazon tribe. I think Saphira is quite annoyed about the fact that any of the females have to like dash away from creatures carrying illness or things like that, or have to worry about their safety and security. Little Nuduk can be a good little wanderer over here. Lanira, let's see. Dukvan is ready to be chased away, unfortunately. This is so hard. I'm gonna have to get out of the nest. Miri needed that. You little brat. You little not good you. Oh my gosh. Alright, yeah, Lanira needs to mate with somebody. Let's see. I mean, I guess we could mate with him. Now, get out of the nest then. I mean it. Scooch it. Lanira needs that spot. Oh my gosh. Kirvanku, don't do this to me. Yeah, I need to assign some warrior females to be able to escort the males out, because that's my problem, is I need to be able to get them out when it's time for them to go. And right now I think Ippy has been assigned that role, so she's going to be given like a little, she'll be given a little red dot just to show that she's a warrior, kind of a fighter. And her sister will have assigned her that, even though Ippy's very sweet at heart, because she is pretty good at defense. So now we must chase away this male. And I'm going to try to get him as far away from the family as possible before I do that. So we're going to bring him like all the way over here. And I can do one more move. And then I can banish him. Alpha. However far away I can get him before I have to use my final move on my female to banish him. That's how far we'll say it's okay to send them. And Miri's going to jump into the nest. And we have beautiful Saffron right over here, whose brothers and uncles have completely removed all of the delicious berries. I think that Saffron's life lesson she will carry with her is that you have to be a little bit ruthless in defending your food resources. Oh, because the brothers have eaten all of it. They have taken all of our food. This is not good. We're gonna have to like set up a defensive perimeter around our berry bushes. And that's kind of what Saffron is learning. And she's sickly too. Oh my gosh. Alright, we've got some interesting happenstance over here, and I think little Rukota is being taken under the wing by Kiroku, who's never going to be able to have children of his own. Alright, yep, interesting things happening. We're gonna have to figure out how I can set up a proper ability to assign certain females as warriors to escort the males as far away from camp as possible before banishing them. And then I'm also going to have to figure out how to get a whole bunch more females. Because look at this! Look at this! It's just like the Yukir tribe struggle for constantly... Look at this! This is an Amazon tribe, and we have 2, 4, 6 females. This is an Amazon tribe! What is this nonsense? Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.